The Smith family is sitting around the breakfast table on what seems like a normal Saturday morning, which for this household means Morty is half asleep, Summer is scrolling through her phone, Beth is feeding the family dog, and Jerry is lecturing everyone about the importance of buying a label maker. Rick bursts in through the garage door, covered in soot, clutching a glowing stopwatch that ticks in reverse. Rick, why is your watch counting backwards? It's not a watch, Morty. It's a temporal detonator. I just got back from the end of the universe, where some extremely cranky time police tried to find me for, quote, unauthorized era hopping. Beth frowns. You mean you broke another set of laws? Oh, please, Beth. Laws are just the suggestions of dead people who thought they knew better. Rick drops the device on the table, making the silverware rattle. Anyway, long story short, this thing is counting down to a chrono crash, basically the multiverse's biggest time traffic jam. If we don't fix it, every moment in history is going to happen all at once. Imagine the dinosaurs arguing with medieval knights while future robot presidents give TED Talks on cave paintings. Jerry perks up. That actually sounds kind of cool. Cool until you realize the Big Bang happens in your living room, Jerry. Now shut up, we're going. Rick grabs Morty's arm and drags him toward the garage. Morty stumbles, still holding a piece of toast. Woody, wait, I didn't agree to this. I've got school. Morty, you've got a cosmic to-do list now. Step 1, stabilize the chronostream. Step 2, don't get eaten by your own great-great-grandchildren. They pile into Rick's ship, which is already glowing with streams of blue energy that warp the air around it. Rick slams a lever, and the ship lurches upward into the sky before punching through a swirling rift in space-time. Outside, time looks like a shattered glass dome, fragments of different eras floating in a vast color-shifting void. There's the roaring 1920s on one shard, a post-apocalyptic wasteland on another, and somewhere in the distance, two versions of Earth are colliding in slow motion. Whoa, it's kind of beautiful. Yeah, Morty, like a car crash in slow-mo. Still deadly, still your fault if you stare too long. Rick begins scanning with a device that looks suspiciously like a Game Boy with wires sticking out of it. Okay, the Chrono-Crash nexus point is, oh great, there, right in the middle of a temporal trade hub. You ever been to one of those? No? Good, because they smell like burnt hair and déjà vu. They land on a massive floating platform made of ticking gears and glowing rails, filled with alien merchants selling moments in time. Bottled sunsets, déjà vu crystals, first kisses from alternate dimensions. Morty gapes at a stall where a hooded vendor sells 5 extra minutes of sleep for a hefty price. Rick pushes through the crowd toward a tower made entirely of shifting clock hands. So, what's the plan? Plan is to sneak into the central time regulator, grab a copy of my chrono debt statement, and make a few edits. But as they approach, a squad of time enforcers, humanoid figures with hourglass helmets, descends from above. One points at Rick. Sanchez, you're under arrest for crimes against causality. Rick, I think they mean business. Morty, they're bureaucrats with weapons. The only thing more dangerous is a sober Jerry. Run! They sprint through the market, knocking over stalls as the enforcers give chase. Rick tosses a handful of temporal sand behind them, which explodes into tiny versions of Morty that confuse the enforcers long enough for them to reach the edge of the platform. Morty, there's nowhere to go. Morty, have a little faith in my terrible judgment. Rick presses a button on his belt, and a wormhole blossoms in front of them, sucking them both inside as the enforcers lunge. The last thing Morty sees is an enforcer's hourglass helmet shattering into an impossible number of pieces before the wormhole closes. The screen cuts to black, end of Act 1.